What's going on, guys? My name is Crazy Clips and welcome back to another video. In this video we'll be going over the top 5 hardest levels in Dark Deception from chapters 1 to 3. The reason I'm only doing chapters 1 to 3 is because those are the only levels that I have actually played. I have not touched the new version of the game, the enhanced version, and I have not played the 3 newest levels. So yeah, why is that? Well, because I'm a cheapskate and on Steam Unlocked they do not have the 3 newest levels and only the older build of the game. Therefore, I'll be ranking the difficulty of these 5 levels based on the older AI/difficulty of the game. So, coming in at the number 5 spot, we have Elementary Evil. It comes as no surprise to me that this level is the easiest of the first 5, and to many others it's the easiest as well. Well, why is this? For one, the level only has one enemy, there's only one Agatha, so it's very easy to avoid her. And another thing is she only attacks you when you're in her line of sight. So if you're not in her line of sight, you can easily hear her footsteps. If you're not in her line of sight, you could just collect all the crystals without ever having to provoke her, and that's what makes it incredibly easy. The first phase is just you collecting crystals, and then the difficulty doesn't really ramp up like on the other levels. The difficulty ramps up, but on this level you just need to be patient and you just need to not make any cautious moves as well. And even if you do get spotted by her, you can use the boost, and it kind of makes the level a tad easy. So that's why I think Elementary Evil deserves the number 5 spot as the easiest of these 5 levels in Dark Deception. So coming in at the number 4 spot, we have the first level in the game. I think Monkey Business is the second easiest in Dark Deception. Now, a lot of people would put Stranger Sewers here, but I disagree. Based on the amount of hours I put into it, I'd say Monkey Business isn't that difficult. What makes it difficult, like from a first playthrough standpoint, is you have no power-ups. So you basically have to face the monkeys without like any boost, nothing. So at times it's very hard to outrun them. And also another thing, the AI on this level is like mad smart. So if you guys didn't know, and if you play the remastered version, you won't see this, but in the original version of the game, the monkeys would do everything in their grasp to sandwich you and corner you. And if they sandwich you, boy, you're screwed, because you have no power-ups and they're just going to collide into you, you're in the middle of them, and then you're dead. But in the new one, they fixed this due to a lot of people complaining it was difficult. They'll just follow right behind you, like in a straight line, so they don't take alternate routes to try and sandwich you in a corner. And then the second thing, the escape sequence, it's not too difficult as long as you just run straight and then gun it for the portal. It's not that difficult. Like, honestly, this level isn't too bad. It's just kind of RNG, honestly, because if you don't get any sandwiches in the level, it's easy peasy. There's only one section, but if you do get sandwiched and they dwindle down your lives, yeah, you just gotta start over. I'm sorry, I can't help you. Alright, so at the number 3 spot, we have Stranger Sewers. So similar to Elementary Evil, the enemies on this level, the Dread Duckies, they won't attack you unless you get really close to them, and only specific duckies on the level will actually attack you. The other ones are just, imposters. So, and then they give you the ability to combat this by detecting which ones. So the level itself isn't too hard, but the reason I put it above Monkey Business is because it's a much longer level. Like playtime, you're gonna probably put more hours into Stranger Sewers. At least I did. I don't know.
You've
I
heard
need
the
to
urban
use
legends,
that,
I'm
but like
sure. All kinds
considering
of
the
things
different
get
amount of
flushed
phases,
down
because
here.
you have the first
Alligators,
section,
goldfish,
you collect X amount of
duckies.
crystals. You have the second section, you collect another X amount of crystals, and then you have the boss fight. And the reason I put it above Monkey Business is solely because the boss fight when I was playing was buggy AI. They may have fixed it in the Enhanced Edition, and I think a lot of the reasons why they even made an Enhanced Edition is because the original game had a lot of bugs that people complained about, and then they're like, okay, we'll just address everyone's problems, which I totally give them props for. Like, the Enhanced Edition, I feel like, is the definitive way to play. If you want a challenge, go right ahead, be my guest, play the OG game, and then, lose brain cells. But, that's where I stand on Stranger Sewers. Okay, we're coming in at the number 2 spot. Ooh, it's getting good.
Trying to blend in, eh?
It's Crazy Carnival. So why do I put Crazy Carnival as the second hardest level of the 5? Well, it's very long. So I have the playthrough of it on the channel, but to play through the entire level, it took roughly an hour, at least for me.
What an unusual
And the
night.
hardest part is the first part.
What's your
I mean the
connection to
second
this
phase.
place?
So the first phase, okay, you have like, it's not that hard. It's just 50 crystals, and then there's like clowns chasing you, and they can multiply pretty quickly. But as long as you can stall the cars and outrun the cars, you can basically collect all the crystals without even having to fight them, which is nice. But the second phase is by far the hardest for me because there are so many crystals, and the area that you need to collect the crystals in is so big, it takes absolutely forever. And what you need to do, well, at least the strategy that I used was use the scan ability to see where the clowns are through the walls, and then basically just meander around them and then avoid them. And then finally, when you collect all the crystals, go for the middle section that's super hard, that has all the crystals, and basically you're guaranteed gonna have to fight the clowns and then just stun them. And then after that, you need to gun into the portal, or otherwise like Malik will get you. So that part was pretty stressful. Like my heart was beating like double its normal rate. And then after that, you get to the boss fight. The boss fight itself isn't too hard. Once you get the rhythm down, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You get to the portal,
Keep them laughing
and
while
you're done.
you die,
So
won't you?
that's Crazy Carnival. It's just very long. You just need to be very patient. And it's going to take, at least for me, it took, 10, 11 tries. So just keep grinding it, and then you'll eventually beat it. It's just patience, basically. Okay, and then coming in at the number 1 spot, this is no surprise. You've seen every YouTuber play this. They've lost brain cells. I've lost brain cells.
Why can't I cancel the teleport? Why can't I cancel it? Okay, so you can teleport around him. Why? Oh, fucking, of course.
You know what they say.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. No, that's just not fun. No, I'm good. Thank you. I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm good. I'm okay. Thank you, I'm done. So that was Dark Deception. I may have rage quitted.
Markiplier's rage quit. He hasn't attempted this at all. And Markiplier, if you're watching this, you can do it, okay? Don't give up. I know you can beat Deadly Decadence. So what is Deadly Decadence? Well, the enemies, the Goal Watcher, they only move if you're not looking at them. But when they do move, they move incredibly fast. So I'll break down the levels. So for the first phase, you have the maze area. That's like the introductory, like, okay, we're introducing these characters and their attributes and what they do. So I think that's like a good introduction. As far as theming, I'd say this level is by far my favorite. The way it separates the difficulty is nice, and I really like it, like the theming. like the castle is kind of like Versailles almost, because I've been to Versailles and you know it's very similar to like Versailles-ish. The beginning maze isn't too difficult. You just need to be patient, and grouping them up is always the best strat. And then once you get to the second phase, that is by far the hardest phase, the one that everyone dies on and either rage quits or sinks too many hours to count. I think, I don't know, this took a month to beat, at least for me. And the reason was I was impatient. So the strategy that I first used was, okay, stalling them by looking at them and then boosting and getting all the crystals. No, you don't want to do that. What you want to do is hoard all the gold watchers up into a big room. Then look in their general direction and then collect all the crystals around that area and then rinse and repeat. And if you do that, you can beat the level pretty easily. So it's just a lot of patience. And it's also good RNG because after you collect all the crystals in that midsection, you need to go to the ring altar and put down the ring piece, obviously. And if Malik's in the way and there's also a gold watcher to an alternate route around, you're basically dead unless you have the teleport ability. So the setup that I used to beat this level was dash and then teleport. And those are the only two abilities, but whenever you got stuck, you just basically teleport around the gold watcher, and then it's just a matter of boosting and then going around the level.
I didn't think you'd make it this far. I really
so
didn't. Who knows? You might just go
for the final phase,
If you believe
you
her,
basically run to the portal. It's not too hard, and since it saves, like there's a checkpoint, once you get there, you're pretty much in the clear.
No doubt he
And
has your best interests at
that
heart.
concludes my ranking of all the 5 Dark Deception levels. If you like this video, consider subscribing to the channel. It really means a lot to me. And
6 pieces left.
if you want me
Ready
to
try again?
make more top 5s, then leave them down below which top 5 you want me to do. If you want me to do more Five Nights at Freddy's horror content, I would love to put that up on the channel. With that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.